Forgot my controller is plugged into my PlayStation. Yesterday I was doing some investigative journalism on my PlayStation. This guy's too strong for me, so I'm gonna go do the Reach. I'm gonna go do the Jack Reacher. Dum 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 bum 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 bum. So I wonder which places still say danger. Maybe just the painting workshop, or by level. Find out. I heard Miles, one of the people who finds it the easiest to do a ton of late game damage. I guess they kind of make her super OP. Well, good, pal. How are you? Kind of Dark Souls 3 reminiscent here.
Another axon. How did it get so large?
She wasn't always this tall, but she's obsessed with reaching the stars, so...
Papa and his parables.
Parables?
He never paints just to paint. Everything has to have layers and layers of meaning and purpose. Everything's a lesson.
What's the lesson with this one?
Hope.
Where is it?
Lizzie.
Where is the axon?
At the top.
It just seems to be the
Papa
construction,
knows
the
I have
construct.
vertigo.
We'll find out soon. I set a shawarma plate for lunch, and then a small tub of Haagen-Dazs for lunch. For half a tub of Haagen-Dazs right afterwards. Feeling very wired from that energy. Ooh, 6 points. Don't mind if I do. 1, 2, 3. I wonder where I got all these levels from.
She who grasps the sky.
This will be fun.
I hate climbing.
Wow. Look at this. This is one of the last, like, late game dungeons, I think. This is really incredible. Wow. Sometimes you gotta get the chocolate peanut butter in your stomach. I've had it in the freezer for weeks, and it's always like, no, I should not eat this. It's like post dinner time. It's gonna affect my sleep. Oh, it's gonna be all these guys. Right. I haven't seen these guys in a while. Maybe a ground bison taco bowl later? That should do me.
Grace.
Let us stain them.
Let's carve a path.
Double crit, I'll take that. Game feels slow. There we are. Yeah. Ice cream is one of those things where generally speaking, I think it's best to only get it out as opposed to stocking it in the house. Especially in the summer. I think it's the key to eating too much to have it, like, to have tubs in the house. That being said, I get the small Haagen-Dazs chocolate peanut butter sometimes. And if I dummy the whole thing, I kind of regret it. I feel like there's a little bit too much, like, energy on the stomach. Yeah, I think that's mostly it. Where's this going? Some sort of shortcut? There's like a really great ice cream place near my house. It's kind of like Hong Kong inspired. There's lots of really interesting flavors. Some of them that sound really weird, but are actually super insane. I've enjoyed those a lot.
Well, that will help.
I don't necessarily fully practice what I preach here, but there's a certain argument that coffee, ice cream, actually, in fact, I don't at all practice what I preach in this case. But there's I used to do this, and I still kind of think it's not the worst idea. Is that if coffee, ice cream, and alcohol are things you don't stock at home and only have out, your life is probably better for it. They become like treats as opposed to like staples, which is probably all in all a pretty good thing. Then again, now I have coffee at home all the time.
A storm is coming. Thunder! Strike wind!
My turn.
Alcohol outside the house can be expensive. That is actually part of the argument. Is that these things become something people view as necessities when maybe they aren't necessities. They should actually be like treats and things to be done socially as opposed to something you feel you need all the time. That is actually part of the argument for it. It makes you consider your consumption more wisely.
Okay.
Ow. Coffee is one of those things that like I don't really like hate on as being like a daily thing for sure. But I used to only get it out. And it is more expensive that way, but it actually almost might be better in some ways. It gets you out of the house, you see people, you like appreciate it for what it is, you're not just like sucking it back all the time. Like some people work like an at-home job or an office job and they just like go to the coffee maker with a new like mug every little while. And I'm not sure that's like net positive. Same with alcohol. Some things almost, I think, need the consideration of being a bit more expensive, so you treat it with a little more moderation. But this is not like a point that I think most people would leave uncontested. They'd be like, ah, fuck off, you know? Leave me my things I like. Are you the social coffee house type? I mean, like, I don't really talk to people there, but it is nice, like, to have a neighborhood coffee shop that, like, knows you, you know what I mean? During COVID, those were, like, the only people I saw some days, literally in person. It's kind of nice. Today I had lunch with my friend, and then we went out for coffee right afterwards. So we got to like sit down and share that for like 15 minutes. It was kind of nice. But like, I don't know. It's not necessarily about meeting like other randoms there, but like knowing people at the coffee shop is kind of a nice feeling. But
Are they
yeah,
trying to fix things or break
moving
things?
out of like a urban area for a couple of years kind of broke that a little bit. I couldn't do it.
Jealous. They wish to destroy her work. Pull her back to the ground.
Is this part of the parable?
This is quite a level.
Everything is. Great.
But now I have coffee at home. I bought an espresso machine because I lived in like a rural place like 2 years ago. 3 years ago now almost.
Parry it! Please survive!
But there's really different views on coffee for different people. Like I have a lot of friends who are like, I get it to go. My friend who I saw today was like, I get it on the McDonald's app and I go to McDonald's and I get it and I pick it up within a minute because it's outside my work. And like, I have friends who are like, have very good taste in a lot of things about food, etc. Who are like, it's stupid to care about it. I just get the fastest one possible and I get on my way. Like 100% purely as fuel. That's not that rare. Today my friend's like, what's a flat white? I'm like, it's a drink I get every time and here's the reasons why. I don't fully 100% could explain what it is as opposed to differently to a cappuccino in terms of proportions, but I do know I like it more. Yeah. I feel you. It's very nice to have like a lot of land, like a yard to step out into that doesn't take like effort to get to, you know what I mean? That matters. I think the way I can do more damage here is just pepper everyone with a lightning storm.
Let's dance. That's better.
Ow.
Ready to carry.
So how long would you move?
That's better. Time to hit big.
Starting to snow out. Mamma mia. When it comes to like animals and children, those are two different angles where it's like, I don't know if living in a city is like even remotely comparable. It's like worse in almost every way. My cat goes outside. I'm stressed out all the time now. She's really smart, but you can still get like, hit by a car. I think I can only speak to my own experience, but I lived in like a pretty rural place for the first like 8 years of life, and I wouldn't trade that for living in a city at all. Living in a city by the time you're like 12 or 13 is pretty good to like learn a little urban literacy. But like I think you lose a lot of like lose a lot of like environmental and like animal appreciation being like a city kid. Kind of wonder about that.
Prepare to meet your end. Brace yourselves.
70,000? No big deal. A lot of enemies here, but none of them are very good. I fought these guys a long time ago. This is one of the first big, hard chromatic fights I did, was a triple group of these guys.
Thunder. Strike swift.
Oof. Cities, I feel like you have to appreciate the vast amount of food available to you, and you have to kind of appreciate things like nightlife and concerts to make it worth it. I think it's one thing to live at the pace of the area you live in. Like, don't wish for like a scotch and soda and cocaine life if you live in the rural area, but like not to live for like a I want to just bask in the backyard and work on stuff. You live in a city. To some degree, you have to know what kind of place you want to live in, but also you have to like do your best to adjust to the place you're in, or else you're just never gonna be happy. Like, you only have so much time in life. But like, I feel you. Like, I don't like, just generally speaking, like the psychology of how many people you see in a city can be kind of brutal. Deeply unhappy people. People who like aren't incentivized to like you, you know? Can I get over this? No, right? Also, the sheer anger of people who like are commuting. But I know some people who are like, I would only want to live in like a big city because the work I want to do or my ambition is such that I want to be around the center of finance and tech, etc. Blah blah blah. I understand that point. That's like the field you're in. Yep. I think sort of the way that like, I'm not sure where you live, but like I think sort of the way North American society best, I think the pattern that North American society like best rewards is to essentially like break your back working in like a wealthy city until 45 maybe, and then try to like maybe 50, depends, whatever, like some made up age, and try to like maximize your earnings as much as you can then, and then enjoy the rest of it. That's kind of the way that like our work-life balance and like reward structure as a society kind of lends to. Who are these guys? I think it's a bit different like in Europe. I think there's just kind of like you have a higher level of enjoyment along the way. Doesn't do anything. These guys are kind of tanky. And then I think like in like Japan or Asia, you just like work till you die basically. China seems to be like new generation Chinese is like new young families move to like cities, and like their families are in like rural places. So maybe you move back when you're older. Wow. I just got stabbed like 6 times. Luna is very good against bosses, but not very good against random encounters. Hi there. How are you? Hello. Boom. Thank you. It's going pretty well. Oh. Like, I got a pretty late start today, but like, if life was a little bit different, I could have maybe had a shot at beating it today, I think. There's not too much more left. I've got like the Endless Tower and the Reach. Maybe a couple more optional things, the Painter's Workshop, and then the finale, I think. Obviously, I'm always wrong in how long these things take, but I'm pretty close to being done. But I am a notorious optimist. I'm like, my belief in how close to being done a game I am is similar to Elon Musk projecting when society is going to have massive changes, or when he's going to release huge updates for one of his companies. I think we'll be at full self-driving in 6 months. No. No, you won't.
Good stuff.
That's like me being like, I got 2 hours till dinner, time to do the final dungeon of Final Fantasy VI. I think that's fine. I'm so consistently so wrong. It kind of feels like almost like Brave Fencer Musashi music. So I was at Canada Computers today. They've been sending me. I bought my new computer at the end of 2023. So they send me emails once in a while. That's like with the big kind of like computer building art store in Canada. So my points have run out, but they have like you have like 2 years. Oh, you have like 2 years. Oh, that's crazy. You have like 2 years after you buy a computer to like use your points, which are like your reward style points, and they expire. Now they don't even give you points anymore. Fine, whatever. But I was looking at random parts today. I bought a Nintendo Switch last night. Just like listening to like This Week in Video Games or other things. They're like, Sony might delay PS6 for a couple of years, and Nintendo might do a price increase in Switch 2. I was like, I'm just gonna buy a Switch 2. I've been feeling guilty about it for like over a month, being like, I really should. But then I'm like, am I really spending $840 on a computer on like a console that I'm gonna play like not that often? I don't need. I literally don't need it, but I kind of wanted it. Anyway, so I bought it, and then I was looking at like the controller section, and I was looking at DualShock controllers for PlayStation randomly because I don't know. I use a PS5 controller for my computer. Like now I'm using it, and they had something called the DualSense Edge. The normal DualSense controller is 95 Canadian. There's something called a DualSense Edge, which was like $260 or something. I was like, what? It doesn't even look like, it's not like branded. It's not anything different like that. So I was kind of confused by it. So I asked Gemini, and Gemini's like, it's better quality parts at all levels. And it is sort of like modular repairs, basically. In that, like, they give you extra parts, and like if you have a stick drift problem or something like that, for my PS5 controller, I have to like go give it away. I have to go like send it in for repairs or something, or just replace the controller. But this, they're like, you can just replace the stick, and there's a lot more parts that are metal instead of plastic.
Finesse and grace.
So I was like, well, it's a little crazy, but it's kind of cool. Paddle's apparently important if you play first-person shooters, which I don't really.
Let the ink flow. Thunder, strike swift.
Oh, interesting. Her spells are highlighted in green when she has the upgraded version of them. What makes you give up on Nintendo?
That's better.
To be honest, the Switch was the first system that I wish I had in Nintendo, like, modern history. Like, SNES is like NES and SNES are like all-time systems. They're like the reason why people like stop playing Nintendo for any system. GameCube, essentially, those systems are pretty good, but not essential. Wii was an all-time great. Wii U, all-time flop. Was the next one the Switch, or am I missing one? But the Switch was the first one where I was like, wow, there's a lot of games on this that I can't get anywhere else, which are pretty sick. And so this being backwards compatible and what people think is like a pretty good deal performance-wise, I was like, all right. The Switch 2 apparently I think is like pretty good beef to it in terms of performance, etc. I don't think it's gonna have many exclusives that are gonna like kill it really.
Take cover.
To me, it's less about what games are gonna come out and more of a, like what games are already exclusives that I kind of want to play. I would like to play like the Xenoblade series. That's my only means of doing it. I have 2 gradient charges, holy cow, how'd that happen?
Chroma's flowing.
Nothing wrong with being picky. Is this the way that I should go? How? Which is worse, to die or to be the one who survives? To grieve or to be grieved? Which is worse? To die. Death is over in an instant, but the one who survives carries that death the rest of their lives. I find myself grieving before they've even passed, grieving what could have been, grieving what is to come. She'll never forgive herself. She'll carry her scars with her always. Would that I could ease her burden. The man has gone silent. Okay. I think it's better to live and to suffer regret and grieving, because it's at least still the human experience. Okay, I'm gonna go back the other way to see if I can find anything else that other direction. Canada apparently barely won against Finland today in hockey in the semifinals. Assume we'll play the U.S. in the. Oh, I can't go back. I assume we'll play the U.S. in the finals. I don't know. But I saw like a tweet by like Teemu Selanne, famous Finnish hockey player, being like, it's like too hard to fight against Canadian refs and Canadian players. Like it's just gonna get screwed over eventually. It's a good salty tweet. It's funny to look at like how medal inflation kind of works in the Olympics. Like, this is not like an original thought. Like people have said this before, but like how many cross-country skiing medals there are compared to like hockey, which is like one of the most prestigious ones, is funny. I'm not really just saying that because I'm Canadian. I don't really care about these things that much. But like, I don't know. It's kind of like Michael Phelps in the summer is the same way as like Klæbo from Norway in the winter. Like, this guy is stacking gold medals. He did like 6 competitions or something like that. There's a lot of speed skating. Speed skating is like 500 meters, 1,000, 1,500, 3,000, 5,000. Those are all different events with like different iterations, right? That's kind of crazy. Meanwhile, there's like 2 hockey and 2 curling. Not sure about that. It's kind of the same way in like track and field. Like you could argue the same with 100, 200, 400, but those events are different. They're so specialized. You know what I mean? Like Michael Phelps can win like 3 different lengths of swimming easily. But it never happens with track and field. Like, no one won 100, 200, 400. Like, Michael Johnson in the 90s won 200, 400. That was, like, fucking insane. And then he lost the 150 easily to Donovan Bailey. Like, easily. Like, got annihilated. Where am I? Where am I going? It's funny how that works. Apparently the 400 meter is like the most painful event in like history. Like there's something about the distance and like exertion percentage of the 400 meter dash. I'm back here. Which is like extremely extremely uncomfortable and like really, really grueling. 100 is like over too fast. Where am I going? Up here? I remember Donovan Bailey versus Michael Johnson for like the 150 to see who was like the king of sprinting. And Donovan Bailey dusted him so hard. Michael Johnson like kind of what looked like feigned a hamstring injury. Kind of gave up on it. I think there's like millions of people watching it. To lend sociological significance to what I already found a consuming hobby. Have I been here before? Couldn't have, because they sent me this hot air balloon up. Perhaps to justify my own compulsions? Unclear.
Nevron just kick a different Nevron off the tower?
It looks that way.
One thing I've sort of learned is that the nature of streaming is that it's sort of like a disproportionate relationship. Oh god, I would jump at the mime. Sort of a disproportionate relationship. It's like really hard to have like a clear, equitable conversation with people who have to type while you're talking. So it lends to like viewer and participant, or viewer and like displayer, more that I'm necessarily comfortable with. Okay, you gotta break this dude.
Oh well.
That hits really hard, man. What the hell? Like, I don't really talk well while I'm concentrating. I lost most of my health anyway. I might as well go down to 1. It's true. It's been a while since I've done this. It's true. Even like when I listen to like podcasts recently, it's like I would be good at talking in this circumstance, but you don't get the opportunity to do so until you've been doing it for like years upon years of consistency.
Prepare to leave your
I'll manage.
Society is sort of a trial by fire. I gotta just do damage to this guy. Not doing anything useful here. But like also part of it that's complicated is that despite playing through a bunch of games and trying to like be accountable in terms of like how many things I get through that are like classic seminal works, there's some people who play games more entertainingly than others, you know what I mean? Okay, I got a break in this guy when I have a turn next. Like, this game is extremely fun to play, but it's not necessarily fun to watch. It's just me zoning out, doing the same moves against just different enemies for, like, my entire life, basically. Yeah, those are the two different... Those are, like, two different fields to some degree, you know what I mean? Like, the people who get watched because they're, like, a good example, and people who get watched because they're really funny. Or like charismatic, or like think well. Very, very different. As someone who I watched clips of said that basically it's like 3 different fields are like technical acumen, like production quality, skill, and like entertainment value are like the 3 different like areas of the trifecta that have different like different stats for different people. It's pretty accurate. A lot of stuff down here. This place is huge. Being very skilled, like known to be skilled at something, gives you an advantage for initially garnering viewers. What you do with that remains to be seen. It's pretty rare that skill alone continues to be the main reason people watch you. But it's a good starting point for like accumulating like a base of people to build from. Yeah. Also, I think part of that is because from a number of multiplayer games that I've played, people do not play better on stream than off stream. So like, even if you're godlike, are you playing at that godlike level while using 20% of your brain to like talk and create cogent sentences? Probably not. What do you tend to watch on streaming services? On live stream services, sorry.
Just try it. Didn't really need it.
Yeah, you gotta lean forward, absolutely. It's always been that way.
Some ink.
It is known.
This will hurt.
I remember even doing it like playing in my basement as like a teenager.
Prepare to meet your end.
I also remember like really like playing like PlayStation games as a kid. Like I also remember like losing my shit sometimes, like squeezing your jaw and squeezing your head and just like filling your head full of blood and just absolutely hulking out. I'm glad I didn't get like an aneurysm. Where's the thing for this guy? Over here. Gotcha. Yeah. This is kind of also part of why I do it. I used to watch Twitch like in the mid 2010s as I learned about League of Legends and I learned about PUBG, etc. But I've also noticed even when I'd be playing a game with my friend, like let's say we're playing Hearthstone, my friend and I are taking turns playing. When I'm playing, I'm very dialed in, but when my friend's playing, I'm barely paying attention at all. I have very, very little patience for watching other people play something. Very little.
Chroma is flowing.
Usually you watch it a little bit if you're trying to learn about a game. And then I find also another pretty big quotient of people on Twitch are people who love a game deeply, but they've already played it to such a point that they don't play it as much anymore. And so they're experiencing vicariously someone else playing the game for the first time. This particularly translates to FromSoft games.
The dance begins.
She had 2 turns, interesting. But also for old school games like a Baldur's Gate or something as well. Do you have banned words on your stream? I don't do it too much. I don't think I've ever done it a lot, but YouTube is a little heavy-handed with their automatic moderation. So maybe.
Feel the embrace of fire.
God, I'm so bad at this. Like the automatic YouTube part is like sometimes can mess with you. But I'm not sure all the details of it. It's not really like my control personally.
Perfect.
It's amazing. The height of it, if you look up, is like extraordinary.
Ready to go.
The fights are pretty easy though.
Ready to go.
Thank you. I do most of those in my house now at this computer. I have one on the wire coming out tomorrow.
This will hurt.
I found once I moved to like a bigger city, the walking around was like starting to like hurt the audio quality too much. When I lived in the middle of nowhere, I could walk around like on like dirt roads near my house. That wasn't bad. Now, not so much. Now there's cars going by, it's windier. Too bad. But I'm a little out of the habit of doing them. Like, I don't do them for everything I take in. If I did them for every book, every TV show, every movie I did, I think I'd probably be better off for it. But sometimes you watch a movie or sometimes you read a book and you're like, I'm not sure this is like worth any. I'm not sure I can say anything that's interesting. Probably had one about 2 weeks ago for a fantasy series. But it's tough to tell. It's tough to tell whether either to do them as like a vertical video for like short streams and try to keep it to like under 3 minutes, or whether it's better to do like a long form one that's like in widescreen. But the widescreen one's like will sometimes get like 20 to 30 views, and like that might get shown to 100 people. And then you're like, well, was that worth it? Tough to say. I think you just kind of just do whatever you can do.
You speak to me of perfection, but is there really any such thing? Or is it a siren leading us astray? I happily predict that neither of us will ever summit that elusive peak, but I care little as long as we walk together. Art gives us the perception of control. For a moment as I paint, I find order among the chaos. That is, for me, a moment of pure contentment. And that is truly better than perfection.
Do you know of any of the ones that I did that like stuck out as being better than others? One of the ones that got more views than others was the Breaking Bad one. I have a review of like Baldur's Gate 3 or Final Fantasy 6 on a mod, which still have people view them like pretty much every week, which is interesting. But I think unless I make it more scripted with like actual footage of a game or movie, I think it's like a little limited in the format. I think you can have whatever sort of thoughts video on a game you want, but if you don't have footage of it, I think people will shut off pretty soon. I think.
Spill some ink.
Chroma is flowing. Thunder! Strike wind!
My turn.
Danger!
That's better. Luna, careful.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was 2 summers ago now. I played like the whole series basically. Quite an experience. I've never had my emotional strength tested the same way it was in like late Bloodborne and late Elden Ring. Crazy, man.
The eternity of ice.
But I like those games a lot. I actually think about it sometimes, and I think maybe... Like, I think Sekiro might be one of the best games I've ever played in my life. And I do like the side games more than I think I like the Dark Souls games. Because I think I like the focus. Like, the aesthetic unity and, like, the focus of the game. Like, I think I probably had more fun playing Bloodborne and Sekiro than I did the actual Dark Souls games. And Elden Ring is, like, incredible. But Elden Ring also, like... was just so long that it was exhausting. Like, I really do think Sekiro, in terms of having like a Japanese kind of phantasmagorical theme to it and stealth elements with like a little bit less care on being able to play in a million different ways, just to me, like one of the best experiences I've ever had. Bloodborne is similar. Bloodborne was a game where I didn't know about the... Bloodborne was a game where I didn't know about the DLC until I'd already played the game once through and played it again through, I believe. So I didn't get into the DLC of Bloodborne until New Game Plus, and it like shit on me so hard, it was unbelievable. Like, Ludwig and Lawrence were, until I played Elden Ring, the longest I've ever spent on any bosses on anything in my life. Like, not even a close second. Until Elden Ring.
Chroma is flowing.
The big thing, actually, Lawrence was one of the first bosses that I actually beat off stream, like just trying to basically practice it. And what I had to learn about Lawrence was like, wait, this guy hits so hard that you actually have to like pull back your strategy a little bit just to make sure you don't get hit, and then it's a little more manageable. That was basically like the revelation I had on Lawrence, is like he doesn't hit that often, but he hits so hard that you have to be more careful than usual to make sure that you're playing better defensively. But Ludwig, especially because of the weapon I was using, which for the first like 5 or 6 hours was the twin ravens or whatever they're called, was like I couldn't do anything. It was impossible. Eventually, once I started using the chain whip or chain flail, whatever, I got better.
Now's our chance.
What would you say those things are that people mostly loved about it? So much construction going on outside.
You're outmatched.
Yeah, I definitely didn't really do the mounted combat very much. I think it was like, I think the open world was like, especially with like the world tree and everything like that, the Erd tree is like shockingly beautiful.
Finesse and grace.
A storm is coming. Meet your reckoning.
I also think one of the best things they do is to make it so if you want to spurg out, you can learn so much about the story and lore, but you in no means have to. Their way of like subtly putting it into the world without it being something that like you have to go onto is so perfect for like young men to young males and females, but like young males in particular to get really obsessed with. Because there's so few like creative outlets for dudes, I think, generally speaking, that they take if you're like, I don't know, sort of like middle of the road person. So to find this like treats and find ways to like encourage your interest and to make it something that's sort of like an enigma is so effective. Do you mean Dark Souls 1? If so, I agree with you. Yeah, the map's incredible. Very confusing first time I played. Where to go? Up or down? I went down and like struggled with it.
Vertigo, remember? His intentions are good, I know, but his methods...
Your father?
I'm the youngest, which makes everything worse.
One sec.
Oh, I understand that. Only child.
Yeah, Claire's the oldest. She's just so perfect. So accomplished and talented. Papa's favorite. He's so proud of her. And Verso. Verso could always make Papa laugh. I had so many inside jokes. Then there's me.
And then there's you. The actual favorite. The one he calls his hidden star, but who's too shy and self-conscious to see it.
Yet here I am, messing things up even more.
Look around. He just wants you to fly.
Okay, so a couple of days ago, someone came into the chat who's just like some random asshole who was like, this game is gay, and it's like, you're gay if you play it. Why don't you play God of War Ragnarok? And
Inventions.
there's like a lot of people who are like mostly going to play like sports games or fighting games or shooters, etc. And a lot of the FromSoft games are so viciously challenging that it helps you to like find it to be an acceptable game if you're sort of like someone who's not sensitive and wants like sort of typical masculine pursuits in their games. You can be, the lines are more blurred now generally speaking, but like if you're into sci-fi and fantasy, you're kind of like in a different breed than someone who like plays football, like works out. Obviously, massive amounts of exceptions to all these rules, but generally speaking, it's true. But if you're like, but a Dark Souls game is so punishingly hard, and you derive sort of masculine pride from being good at it. It was funny, but it was annoying as fuck. You derive sort of masculine pride from doing better at it, and a lot of people really like those games. And then to actually find that there's like lore to it, that's like an interesting world. It gives you an into it without it being like a game like Metaphor Refantasio or like Clair Obscur Expedition 33, which a lot of people will discount out of hand. I remember being like, I remember playing World of Warcraft, and my friend from high school was a girl, was living with me for the summer, and she sees me like looting, and she's like sees me like loot some sigils, and she saw that I've been like basically sitting in my room for like a week playing World of Warcraft. She's like, this is what you're doing in here. You're getting over here picking up sigils, and she like made fun of me for it. But like these are sort of like the blocks that like are kind of falling down to some degree with like how many people have video games and Roblox having 130 million daily players or whatever it is. But like FromSoft games and Dark Souls games are approachable enough for someone who wants like some masculine stuff while also having quite cool lore that is not shoved into your face like a dialogue heavy JRPG. That's essentially what I mean. I'm going to single level this whole time. Oh, I got one. I think it's crazy that WoW's been around for like almost 25 years now, or however long it is. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Well, that will help.
All right, big fella, you coming? This is the Blight guy again. I probably should have changed my Luminas. This guy doesn't even have a health bar.
A storm is coming.
Forget about it.
Toughness of earth.
I for sure played WoW in college. Mostly not till the summer, so it was largely fine, but I for sure had it massively affect my marks.
Let's dance.
But part of it is that it felt like a better accomplishment than like what school was. In my head, it's just the way it was. Stanceless, I don't like that.
Ink flow. Meet your reckoning.
Careful now.
Really hard to do this. No points. What is this?
On guard. Let's dance.
Can't do it. Yeah, slash played is like the worst thing that could ever happen in a video game.
Take down their shields.
Can't do anything to this guy. Can't get any points.
Thunder, strike swift.
I am.
Take cover.
I should attack this guy. I should shoot this guy with my sorry, with Luna, because she has so many blight stacks already. There's periods where I played it. There's periods where I played WoW where I was like, I'm so miserable and I'm so like stuck, but I can't like kind of stop doing it. And then there's periods where like I was finished college and I was like, this is so fun.
Let the ink flow. Thunder, strike swift. I'll do it.
Wow, that actually works. I pressed the button so early there.
Get ready.
$113,000 counter, not bad.
Let's keep going.
The dance
Not bad.
begins.
Okay.
Boom.
Let's carve a path.
A storm is coming.
Oh. Alright, am I going the right way here? I'm going A way. That's where the strongest guys were.
Expedition 61, Margot. See, but I disagree. I don't think she's lonely. She's alone, but she's not lonely. They clearly have some sort of society here, and she's the odd one out. Well, except for her co-conspirator in the workshop. I've never seen creatures fighting amongst themselves before. I admit I'm impressed by her creativity and drive.
Drive! Creativity and
I feel almost
drive!
like a traitor for saying it. But there's something about her. You can't help but want her to reach the sky.
One time my family went on a vacation to Ireland, and I joined them for a week. And there were people there who had the hardest accent of people speaking English to decipher of anywhere I've gone in the world. There are some people who have who are trying to speak English with and they're bad at it. That's not what I mean. But in terms of people who are English is their first or second language that they use a lot, but it's so deeply esoteric from the way they live, from where they live and how rural it is. There was people in Ireland, in Galway, Western Ireland, who was I cannot believe what you sound like. Pretty cool, actually. I think Scotland's like that too. But I guess they're speaking as a second language. They're speaking Gaelic initially, right?
Thunder. Strike swift.
In Ireland, I mean.
Ready to strike.
What do people speak in Scotland? I don't know.
That's better.
I haven't yet, no. I might not do that. Maybe I'll poke around a little bit, but I just kind of want this game a little bit. I just kind of want this game done, I think. Game of the Year deserved it? I think so. We were talking about this yesterday. What would the other option even be? Silksong? This game is crazy. But I don't mean this as a knock against the game, but it was also a pretty thin field this year, I think. That's so much damage. It's crazy. No, that's my first. It's interesting how, yeah, I kind of slacked on it the whole year. I was playing other stuff. I played Baldur's Gate 3 for a third of the year basically, and then a bunch of old games like Shining Force 3. I played a lot of TFT this year too. Oh, I'm about 60 hours in. I don't have that much more Act 3 to go. But it's felt like longer than 60 hours, honestly. I played Hades too. I played a bunch of games, but Yeah, I'm about 60 hours into this one. But it's felt like longer.
The elements dance.
I'm not sure why.
The eternity of ice.
My like overall take is that for one like I 100% think it deserves Game of the Year for sure. My kind of hot take though is I think whatever their next game is going to be a lot better than this. Because I think that like what they've done so well in this game are largely the aesthetic parts of it and like the writing and likability of the characters. But I think a lot of like the gameplay stuff and like interface and customization, all those things could be so much better with like another crack at it and like a bigger team. Like I hate customizing my character in this game. With like weapons and luminas and pictos, it takes forever. It's such a pain. And it's like basically like words and flashcards on a screen. So like, sometimes I just don't even do it. That is a small beef.
Interesting.
I get a bunch of pictos. I'm like, I don't care. Like, I don't want to do this again. And there's so many weapons. It's cool. I'm not mad at it, but I often find it like cumbersome. I also find the camp cumbersome in terms of like story scenes. It's like 30 minutes at a time.
Let's spill some ink.
Oh, how do you like that?
Finesse and grace.
Ooh, full health already? Don't mind if I do.
For good stuff.
Okay. Guess I suck.
Ready to parry.
Wow, what am I doing?
That's better.
Take that. I have so much money now. What the hell? This is pretty good, actually. Apply defenseless on break. That's pretty good. Charging weakness. 15% of a gradient charge and hitting a weakness once per turn. That's outstanding. Tainted. 15% increased damage for each status effect on self. Also very interesting. I don't care about that. Alright, that's good enough. One of those was quite good. I think it's for her, right? Energizing Shell. What's that new one? Tainted? Protecting Tint. Sniper. Exposing Break. Apply defenses on Break. Charging Weakness. This has got to be her. Because she hits every element. Yeah. So she's got to put that... What did she just lose? We lost the thing on Shell. Where is that? I should redo this at some point. Energy Master is crazy. For AP and parries. Give AP on applying Shell. What? I didn't know I had that. Man, I should just redo her right now. Next time I pump up my Luminous, I'll do it. Where's this one that she just dropped off? That was like, give... healing an ally also applies Shell? She has it already. Wait. What is the Lumina I just gave up? Where are these other ones that I'm missing? Give 2 AP and applying Shell. That's crazy. Hot Dog Bush. Did you end up playing it last night, Nicholas? If not, why not? Your language implies that you didn't love it. I just can't help something like that. What do I do with these 15 points? Back up to the top. Once in a while, you just need a brain off game, you know? I'll do auto rush for now, I guess. Yeah. Later on, I think later on you have to start doing onions. You know, high level stuff like that. It's pretty important. There was a really good hot dog stand at my school when I was in college. And I would always love the Italian sausage. And I wouldn't add every condiment just to like fill it up like some of my friends would. But I would very much like sauerkraut, corn relish, and like multiple mustards. That was my style. I guess I'm a little German boy at heart. Okay, there's 2 different places I can go here. Not sure which one to choose. I'll do the other one first, I guess. I don't know, whatever. I'll do this one. This is unbelievable. I think there's enemy on the roof here. Pretty close. What a level. I guess I probably should try the other way first. It's all good though. Have you ever played the I think it was on like Adult Swim or something. It was on one of those websites. It was like the Rainbow Unicorn game. Do you know the one I'm talking about? It had like the really like buoyant disco song playing. And you had to like race across the map and the map was constantly moving. Do you know the one I'm talking about? That was like one of the most like mind-blowing things ever. That was so hard not to play. Rainbow Unicorn game. What's that called? Yeah, Robot Unicorn Attack. All-time classic. It is an amazing soundtrack of just this one song that plays the entire time that goes perfectly with like how fast you want to play it. This looks like the ending. I'll go the other way. What are the advantages of the monthly fee? The voice chat part of it? Or like, is it access to the better model? I'm not opposed to it, I just don't like, it's just not my life right now. Or is it because it limits your usage? Who's this guy? Little chromatic to get me going. Oh no, these guys. I had to press R1.
Careful now.
Ready to parry.
Sir, respectfully, do you know how many of these guys have fought
Ready to parry.
in Frozen Heart?
Careful.
Fuck, I suck.
quality advice.
Is something wrong here?
Ready to evade.
Get ready.
Brace yourselves.
That's better. Please survive.
Ready to evade. Let's keep going.
On me.
You think they make this harder on Chromatic? That was crazy. Mael's doing so much damage to this guy. $250,000 counterattacks, casually. My friend is basically like a money manager who works on his own. And he's like, I don't have like juniors. So basically I'm paying for like chat models and like talking to them like basically all day as I work. It's fair. Extremely fair. Oh, I forgot that I can do this stuff here. I could redo my Luminous here. Maybe I will? I gotta do it at some point. At the very least, I have another 10. She's largely fine. She doesn't need any of this stuff. Effective heal is nice. What does she not have which she really needs? Burn Affinity I don't need as much anymore, but I guess I'll just do it for now because I'll use Hell. I don't use Hell that often. Maybe Auto Rush is just better. I don't know. Actually, to get Energy Master, I think I just have to do these things now. I'll just do this one for now. And I'll fix it later. I gotta make sure I have heal on these people. Maybe Alicia's really hard, we'll find out. And I want to check out one more pathway on the way down the previous level. Oh, excuse me.
Hello.
I've generally preferred Gemini for that, in my own experience. find it customizes your like words to your preferences more than something that's a little more cookie cutter. Grok and ChatGPT, I think, are a little more generic, at least in my experience, but maybe your version's better. ChatGPT, I'm not sure about.
Alicia. Your letter.
Gemini's only really started to get good in the last 6 months. Now I find it very good. LLMs are basically like almost at some level high IQ Google searches, so it makes sense they might have some sort of competitive advantage. Alicia's hit her dark side here. Mask?
She blames us. Doesn't she? You didn't deserve that.
Is a giant creature about to step out?
Oh, you're the real accent. You know, Papa painted her. So, you know who she represents? You like being here with her.
One-on-one duel? She's my own moves against me. I need some heals, pronto!
I can do it.
Do I blast her with Stendhal and tell her to one-shot her? I won't do it. Hello. Oh, thank God. Alright. Everything's fine. Just do 700,000 damage to her in one shot, and it's all just fine. Thank you, Scarlet and Black. Do the two Alicias now fight her? That'd be cool.
I guess this represents his hope for us. For me, then. Go. Claim your piece of sky.
What happens now? Can the two meld? Can we get a soul fusion?
We both deserve to fly. Let me give you a new beginning.
Alicia.
Send me to my family.
Wait. Mael!
Kind of. It's kind of one of the most confusing parts of it. She went into the painting and got caught up into it and got reborn as Mael. So I'm not sure why they both exist. I don't get that part. God, he looks good. So debonair. New weapon. I'm so interested. What do you got for me? In Virtuos stance, hitting a marked enemy doesn't remove mark. Switch to Virtuose stance on counterattack. Gain shell when switching out of Virtuose. This seems crazy. I think this is literally better. I don't have. I need better mark synergy out of Verso. That looks so good. Once I put 4 levels into it, I'll use it. I'll just start using it now. Switching to Virtuose on counterattack is crazy. That should mean your counterattack counts for it too. So if I can give her increased counterattack damage, she should be like ridiculous. Okay, so my boy is here. Alicia is gone. That was a very nice area. I really enjoyed this a lot. I'm not going to see you right now. Esquiller. Attendez s'il vous plaît. Jusqu'un moment. Do I get down again? I think I have a new hairstyle. What is it? Real Mael painted me. Alright, it's cool. Looks so cool. Very, very old-fashioned haircut. Okay, I want to go down and try that alternate route, and then I should be mostly done here. It's only 5:06. I'd like to get started on my food. I want to make a taco bowl, and I think my bison is finished thawing. But the problem with the ground bison lately is I feel like you can't just like... It needs a lot of cooking time to break down all like the kind of vaguely inedible material. But lately there's been a bunch of pieces where I'm like... Which I don't care for. Maybe I'll get started on cooking soon. I might get another shot or two at that stupid mega lamp guy. The problem with the mega lamp guy is he's so fast. So how do I get that up there? Oh, I see.
Well, that will help. An advantage.
I think she's wearing like proper skirts. Then her running looks a lot better. When she was wearing like the pants and like the fencer's garb, it looked a lot worse. She was kind of bow-legged. Yeah, essentially. Essentially, the plot of the game is that this entire world is like a painted canvas that the family created to get away from their grief once Verso was killed in like a fire that presumably Alicia started, and that's why she's scarred. So that is like the justification for a fantasy world, essentially. So like the highly stylized environments are essentially like I don't know, essentially metaphors for like the emotional state of the family. Like everything's like torn apart and suspended. That's where the Alicia Mael thing gets super confusing. Like, why is Alicia still here? I don't really. I must have missed that part. I have CL in my party right now. Okay. Did I leave Verso?
Let me flow. Thunder. Strike wind. Here's your card. I'm ready.
A lot of damage.
Okay.
No.
I'll do it.
Suck.
Dodge his yell.
I needed that. She's gonna get one shot by that. She's kind of cracked, man.
A storm is coming.
I should have done hell here.
The eternity
Typhoon's probably better though.
keep going. Okay. Is painted.
What are these moves doing? Does anybody know?
Feel the embrace of fire.
Nobody knows. Cool. What are the other ones that people generally should have? Greater defenseless. That's all it takes for her. Fine. Alright, so... I think it's all that's here, right? Oh, kitty. So happy that Andrew's home. I've been here? I think so. Okay, I need a, ooh.
Well, that
Healing
will
boon.
help.
Apply 15%. Heal 15% HP upon applying a buff. Oh my god. We are living the dream. Now I have to equip longer shell. Where is that? So I gotta drop something. I need 10 points. Greater shell, healing counter, greater rush, greater powerful, energizing shell, burn affinity. You can drop that, and then do longer shell. Okay, really good. Nice. Okay, how do I get out of here? Whoa. I'm gonna give CL an opportunity to fight somebody. She deserved it, and then I'm out of here. This probably should be her ultimate weapon, right? It goes to it would make sense.
Here's your card. Fill me in.
Why does she play immediately? Oh, cheater, right? Damn.
Feel the embrace of fire.
Whoa.
Okay. Nice.
Okay. Feeling better.
Whoa. Alright, I'm gonna give CL 3 more attacks, 3 more fights. If I can find 3 more people, that is. I'm lost in here now. This is an incredible level. That they animated all this. Wow, the way the ropes look are so good. The depth of it is like extraordinary. How do I get out of here? I don't even know if this is backwards or forwards, honestly. Okay, there's a flag there. I saw you bail off the path there. I then did it myself. Okay. This is just so smooth. How can you not prefer this? Rested, so these guys should still be around. Frankly, too lazy. Lethia. So we let the Axon go, so I guess it's infinitely above us. Alright. Take it. I'll now do a camp sequence and then I'm done. I want that max gradient. At camp, Verso refuses to talk to anyone. This is why he's out of the party. He stands alone by the lake. After a while, Mael decides to go talk to him.
I'm sorry. It's what she wanted. I owed her that much. We owed her that much. I honored her wishes. That's something neither you nor Renoir ever did. And not Maman either.
I didn't get to say goodbye. You didn't wait. You didn't give me a chance to persuade her.
She knew what she wanted. You wouldn't have been able to sway her.
She's not you. You don't know that. I know her better than you do. But you didn't even give me the chance to try.
Fair concern.
You just erased her.
Verso.
You've lost 2 brothers. You know what it's like to lose your sibling and never get the chance to say goodbye. You painters, you just do what you want. You don't care how it affects the rest of us.
I do care. I know you're hurting, but the person who made that decision wasn't me. It was her. Would have been wrong to deny her just so you could try and talk her out of her decision.
She's the last of my family. I have no one left now.
You have me. You have us.
Mael, I wasn't ready.
Don't understand. You were ready when you set Papa free. You expected that he would erase the canvas and everyone in it. Isn't that the same thing?
It's different. It's different. Why did she do that?
You know why. But you're right. I should have thought of you. I should have given you a chance to say goodbye. I'm truly sorry, Verso.
At least she's free now.
Despite his frustration, Verso understands Mael's words. He appreciates that Mael is honest with him. Who's the narrator saying this? And Mael deeply with Verso. They feel closer to each other. Max Radiant. Relationship. Wait. It's only 6? They sing the sounds a little longer. This time Mael comforts Verso. They head back to the others. I have to do another nighttime thing with her, I think.
Is there anyone special you'd want Mael to bring back? You've been around for 100 years. Anyone you miss?
Yeah. One person. And all the expeditioners I traveled with. It'd be nice to tell them we made it.
Yes.
And to explain things I never got a chance to explain.
What will you do when this is all over? I'm having trouble imagining you living a normal life in Lumiere.
Yeah. I'm not sure I can live in a city anymore. I don't know. What about you?
Well, since we mere mortals can't leave this canvas, Mael has kindly offered to paint the outside world for me. So I can see.
Do you mean...
A painting inside this painting.
No. The controversy is that this character Verso has the last shard of the real Verso in him, but he is stuck inside this canvas, I think. I could be wrong. No, from what the conversation implies, no. he can't actually leave. So the problem with shutting down the entire canvas is then the last tiny shard of Verso, the eldest brother, would be gone. So I think he can leave. So he is technically the real one, but in some ways he's not, because he hasn't shared the same life. He just shares the same memories.
Mael.
You want to write that
I'm
down?
quite tired of people telling me to.
Don't ask me to repeat it. I couldn't do it again.
So please, no more.
Fine.
It might be a totally different answer if I have to do that again. Summon it from nothing.
I won't abandon them. And I refuse to abandon you.
Today I had leg day, where I had straight leg deadlifts and leg curls. And while I find the quadricep focused leg day to be harder, I do notice on the hamstring and like lower back focused leg day, when I'm finished, I'm standing there, I'm like washing my hands at the sink in the bathroom afterwards. My entire lower body is quivering. Quivering. Crazy. Straight leg deadlifts hurt my hamstrings for like 4 days. It's unreal.
The monolith looks
think 'cause they're tight.
strange without Mama or her number there.
It feels less oppressive.
I guess.
I like our new hairstyle.
I wonder what Mama's doing.
Best of
now.
both worlds.
She must be so upset.
Stupid French video game make me care about wardrobes and haircuts so often.
Claire won't be happy either. They're probably driving each other crazy right now. Although, I doubt Claire's been home much. Knowing her, she's probably hunting down the writers responsible for the fire.
The writers are responsible for the fire? What?
Yeah. Barely saw her when I was home. She took Verso's death very personally. Well, we all did.
I've met her 3 times.
That was Alicia's fault.
You have?
The first time was right after the fracture with Expedition Zero. She stopped us at the barrier.
She told you everything then?
Yeah. Then tried to kill us when we wouldn't go home.
Expedition Zero made the barrier?
She found me years later and tried to recruit me. Then she found me again. 16 years ago.
You're talking about Aline or Clea?
Told me to keep an eye on you. I think she felt you were safer here. Away from her war.
I guess Aline.
Wait. So, you've been watching me this whole time?
From afar. I'd slip back to Lumiere occasionally.
So, you knew where I was, and you left me there too?
I couldn't exactly take you with me, but I tried to look out for you. And once you left Lumiere, I stayed close. I cleared all the really dangerous Nevrons out of your path, and I pulled you away on the beach.
But you also let Renoir kill the rest of the expedition. You didn't help
I mean,
them.
lady,
There were too many.
what do you
of them
want
to
from
save.
me? Saved your life. You didn't save everyone's
Ask you
life.
something.
What?
You wouldn't lie to me, right?
I think we're well past that.
On the cliff. Gustav,
What is it?
did you let Renoir kill Gustav? Could you have saved him?
Yes. I'm sorry.
At least they tell me which one's true.
Why?
I was afraid. If you found out about the canvas and he was there, you would refuse to help me send Maman home.
So you let him die?
I did.
It's a big moment. Imagine she leaves.
I should have told you everything sooner, but I couldn't take any chances.
Thanks.
Mael leaves the party
Telling me the truth.
permanently. If this is Baldur's Gate 3, I'd be doomed.
Yeah. It looks bland without a number.
You're a paintress?
Karlach leaves forever.
Paint something.
How about, Papa, you go home?
Catchy.
Come on, let's do it.
Phew. Thank you, RPGs, for having binary choices. I wonder what her max gradient is. It's probably crazy. I don't know if it could be better than... Head to the monolith and Mael repaints it, sending a message to her father. It's a graffiti? This adventure helped Mael better understand her painter side. Oh. Insta-kill? They return to camp to the rest of the expedition. Kills weak targets, otherwise deals extreme void damage, 1 hit. How do I get his? Deals extreme damage to all enemies, 1 hit. Element depends on which stains Loon has the most. Can break. Hers cannot break, but it kills normal enemies. This one is so good because it leads into a guaranteed Elemental Genesis, I believe. Triple light stain plus starting with 2. So when do you get his? How do I have a relationship with myself?
So,
You're really enjoying...
can't rely. Well,
Maybe you have to get everyone to max? Okay, I'll take him to that.
Unwise
I guess he's not...
cousins.
Probably have to get everyone to max for his. Right?
Francois really misses Claire, huh?
Yeah, he waits for her every day. He stopped singing when she left.
Oh.
But it's okay. She'll be back for a visit, and he'll be all happy again.
You really think so?
They are best friends. It's been a few centuries, but she wouldn't leave him. Just like he would never leave me.
Do you miss... Verso? I mean your Verso. The real Verso.
Here's some clarifying dialogue for you.
No, of course you do. Sorry. I don't know why I asked that. That was stupid. I just wondered because... You never mention him with me.
It makes you sad.
Does it bother you? That I'm not him?
You're my friend. Other Verso was also my friend. You are cousins. Same, but each different. Why would that bother me?
Esquier, thank you. Mon ami.
Let's keep going on adventures forever.
This guy, like, in terms of the way he talks and the way he sounds, is like the absolute perfect idea of a children's companion I've ever seen. Like 1 part creepy to 4 parts heartwarming. This is like a Jim Henson claymation thing. It's like perfect. The whole time I've been like, I find it sort of like distressing, like unnerving character. Oh, I got mine? This is my friendship with Esquier. Verso, Angel's Eyes. Like the way he is like, yeah, 1 part creepy and kind of disconcerting, but like kind, and everything he says is so warm and so pure and so naive. It's like the best I've maybe ever seen. It's really incredible. What's his top level spell? Deals extreme physical damage, 8 hits. Gain 1 additional perfection per hit. Applies Aureole to Verso, reviving him if he dies. That's crazy. Yeah, you are cousins. Same, but different. I love you. Alright. So, that's everyone's max level skills. Except for Monoko. There's one more Lost Gestrel, who's somewhere on the map. So, if I recall correctly, what I have left to do is the Endless Tower, the Chosen Path, which requires all my characters to be good, the Painting Workshop, which is like the super boss, and then back to Lumiere. Am I missing anything? I don't think I am. I guess this is a next week problem. I wonder how many days next week it'll take me to beat this. I think maybe Wednesday. I'm trying to be realistic in my estimates. Alright. Taco Bowl tonight. Out for dinner tomorrow night. I need a couple of big feed downs this weekend because of my, like, the horrible nightmares end point of my workout program starts next week. So I got some big fat guy meals coming up the next 2 weeks, and I'm gonna, like, in no way do anything except bulk. I need energy.